Welcome everybody, I'm Burner. This is The Walking Dead Road to Survival, and we are going to open up some TellTale tokens. Not a lot of them. Obviously, the way the event is, that wouldn't be possible unless I wanted to waste a ton of resources. But I believe we do have two ready. Let me go ahead and just make sure. Yeah, we got two we can open up. We'll do a few raids, probably before and after. And then, if I'm lucky, I might be able to get maybe two more. I do have work tomorrow, so I'll try to cram those in before I go. And hopefully we should have time left enough. Let me see what my time is for opening. 15 hours. 12 from... it'll be close. We might have to do it in the morning. Hey, everybody, welcome in. Gzilla, how's it going? Wolfgangy, welcome to it. Stream health, excellent. Like the look of it. So, I'll kind of do the usual. I'll jump in and just do a little bit of farming. We'll wait for maybe a couple more people to jump in. We got some people on here pretty quick, so if you guys have anything to talk about, let's do it, because this is just going to be some pretty boring farming action in the background. Abo Backer, what's up, man? Welcome. Gzilla managed to mark, didn't have him. Nice. It's always nice getting somebody you didn't have. It's always nice getting a tune as opposed to tokens or, weapons or anything like that. So, congrats, man. Big pull. We'll see how it goes. Last kind of event, we got disappointed. Didn't pull any 5 stars. We got a couple 4 stars we didn't have, but we're still trying to figure out how to get the most out of them and sort of use them in a team. So we'll kind of see how it goes. What else? I gotta be honest, with each event that Scopely keeps doing, and I'm trying to find a way to stay motivated, but man, it's just sort of one disappointment after another here recently. And it doesn't necessarily have to do with the pools. Real Rick, what's up, man? Welcome for joining. But yeah, I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to do with, what we're getting. A lot of it's just, the events aren't really set up to be that encouraging. So that's a big piece of it. We'll see what we get tonight, though. Looks like we already got 6 on. This is kind of our hot time. Still trying to make an effort to get, a different hour going for the U.S. group, but we definitely have a pretty solid one working here. A good group of guys. You guys are always commenting, making things interesting, so I love that. Gzilla asks, what level is your drop lead, Rick? I'm actually not positive. For the longest time, he was just max tier 3. I do know that recently, when there was the faction level up with Blade Hand Rick, he was the one of the ones I started leveling. So I know he's sort of mid tier 4 right now, maybe tier 4 level 30. We could take a look real quick, but I'm positive he's not maxed out yet. Let's go jump in there real quick. What do we got? He is, yeah, tier 4, level 31. So I don't have him maxed out all the way. Mostly because I don't need him to. I don't use him in any of my main teams as far as rating or defense. So I kind of have him around just to use for those sort of things, like level up tournaments. And there's no use kind of leveling them off board. If you guys have followed me for long enough, I'm pretty resourceful, frugal. I hoard a lot. So even with like player levels, I don't tend to level up people unless I really need to, whether that's during an event or just if it's somebody that's going to really improve one of my teams, whether my raid or my defense team. If that's the case, I'll get them up a lot quicker. Let's go ahead and drop a raid in real quick, then we'll do our tokens, and we'll finish up with some more raiding and kind of call it a quick one. As I said at the beginning, I do have work tomorrow, so we'll kind of keep things going. Kind of hoping you guys are with me. It seems like the video's a little bit further behind than it normally is, so hopefully we're not having any issues with audio video matchup. And it does seem like it's a little laggy. Sorry about that, guys. No telltale tokens here. All right, let's go ahead and jump into it. Oh, poster boy Randall here this time out. He wouldn't be terrible. I don't know that I would slip him into any of my teams just because he's a single hitter. The health is nice, but that's not something I normally need. If you've seen me raid, it's not usually one of my issues, even against tougher teams. What do we got here? Gzilla says he's going to make his Rick his first maxed 5. Nice. Yeah, I mean, he's quality. I did use him in my raid team for a while, but it wasn't where I was in a situation where I really needed him to be max. But yeah, he's quality. Line damage is nice when you can use it. He's a little slow at that 75, but if you can get him boosted or, if the way you're working against your competition on your region, you can have him do sort of like cleanup work. That's pretty nice. Kyle, welcome, man. Welcome back as always. Yeah, Kyle asked if I've gotten anything good from Telltale Tokens. Actually, I haven't pulled any. I've sort of thought about maybe burning some of my cans to get some extras, but part of me is just so disappointed from each event that I don't know if it's worth wasting, because I probably have enough now where I could get me a guaranteed 5-star in a raid tournament. And from what I'm seeing in some of the forums, people are easily burning through enough cans to ruin that plan and not getting much that they're happy with. So we'll see how these two work. I did mention, I have 15 hours here. I'm going to try and get us a couple more. So I'll probably burn some cans to do that just to make sure I can do it before work. And hopefully we can include that. But yeah, these will be the first two. Obviously, I would love to have old yellow Shield Michonne there. Yellow Clem's in here that would also help my team out. There's a lot of quality characters. A few of them would be duplicates. A few of them would be people that I wouldn't necessarily have a use for right now. But I would definitely love to have a tune more than some of the tokens and weapons and stuff. I think this wheel of disappointment that we're seeing right now suffers from the same thing that all of Scopely's wheels do, and that's that it shows so many 5-stars that you think 5-stars are going to be readily available, and yet the drop rates we know are the same no matter how many you see as an option. So let's get ready to get disappointed, guys. All right, cross the fingers. Everybody do whatever sort of praying you can. And let's see what we get here. We got, let me see some blue, guys. That's yellow. That's Basil. That's Benedict. Well, there you go, guys. Am I going to throw more tokens down? I don't know. That's not very encouraging for me to get some trainers. I mean, I sell most of them almost hands down unless I'm preparing to make a run at a high level up finish. And I'm not in any sort of situation right now to do that, so I probably won't have these guys take up room in my roster, and they'll probably just be supply depot points. So, if I had spent 10 to 20 cans to get this, would I be happy? No, I wouldn't. That's not a good conversion for me. So, we'll see. I mean, there is a lot of good opportunities in there, but it's the same problem it is with most of Scopely's events. Like the odds are just too low, and they're not really giving us any opportunities to farm and improve our chances. It's just become so money based. Like, I mean, we have a level up tournament. Only the top 75 are going to get tokens for, and it's going to be at the end of the event. Other than that, literally the only way to get them is purchasing things from the shop or Premier Recruits or through raids. But you got to spend on raid cans or use resources that you saved up. So I don't know how to look at it other than a money grab, and it's pretty frustrating. As I mentioned, in the videos I recently put up, the initial TellTale Takeover is hands down the best event that I've taken part in. So to see this sort of watered down money grab revision of it is just disheartening. And I don't know. I feel like you can hear it in my voice. I don't know if you can, but man, it's taken a lot of wind out of me to see just this shit event that they've put on and called it the TellTale Takeover Return, because it's just horrible. Ubu Maloo, man, welcome. Thanks for finally catching the stream. I know you've been talking about it. I appreciate it. What else we got? Zach. Yeah, man, I was hoping I got that Michonne too. Telling you what, I already have an absolute defense weapon on standby. If I got Michonne, it would really make my defense that much better, because instead of running Lee, I would have Michonne with absolute defense on, which would definitely crank it up a notch. I'm not saying it would make my defense unstoppable, but it would definitely take it to the next level. I mean, with that, I could either run Lee as a second shield, or I could just replace Lee with another AOE, and I would have a pretty strong defense with a lot of area of attack. Yeah, Michonne really would have worked wonders for me. We do have a few raid cans here. We'll pop them off, see if we can get lucky with some big token drops. I don't have a whole lot of hope on that, but we're always trying to stay as positive as we can. Despite the fact that the wind has been taken out of my sails with this event, I do try and stay positive. I do still enjoy the game for the most part, but without some fun events with chances to improve my teams, they're kind of stuck in this point where, yes, they're good, but there aren't options for me to really improve this team other than spending money right now. And I mean, you guys know my standpoint on that. Unless Scopely sort of drastically changes their drop rates, like I'm definitely not going to start spending money, knowing how terrible those odds are now. So, yeah, as these events have sort of been more stingy with giving out quality tunes, man, it's not giving me a lot of hope on the future of the game as far as improving on what I have already. And that's kind of how my drops have been mostly. As you saw, they're just 100. I did get 1,000 once, and I think I've gotten a couple 500s, but far and away they've been mostly 100 and 125s. Those are what I've been seeing mostly. I'd say they're dropping a fair amount. I don't really have any complaints about how often they're dropping. I feel like they're probably falling close to 50%. Probably a little bit under. And yeah, I mean, I'm perfectly okay with that. I just wish there was a better way to sort of maximize farming them. Man. Yeah, another 100. In that video I subtitled Scopely's worst event yet. I mean, you could hear me talking about it. They're not giving us any options to kind of maximize our involvement in this without severely spending resources. So it's frustrating. It is really frustrating. And part of like the frustration is that it's just not understanding what Scopely's going for. Like, I mean, what is their goal? What's their end game on that? I mean, are they trying to increase spending? I don't think that's going to do it. Are they trying to, I don't know. I don't understand how it does anything beneficial for them I do understand that as the game gets older and you bring in new blood, you can't leave them lagging behind so far. So you have to give better tunes quicker than initially. So like when I started playing, it was a grind to get even 4 stars, especially fives, and now I feel like they are giving more ways to get 5 stars. But now, like, I mean, it doesn't even seem like they're giving a lot of 5 stars. So I can only imagine how frustrating it is for new players. I guess the only thing you do is scrounge for supply depot points. I don't know, and look at getting those supply depot 5 stars to sort of improve your team. But it's got to be frustrating even for new players, if I have to be honest. Let's see. We'll wait these 3 seconds. We'll get one more raid in, and then we'll call it a night. See if we can find some resources out here. Not that we're really doing much in the level up. I mean, like I said in the level up video, if you don't have resources ready to make a run at top 75, why would you think, oh, well, I can just spin my way into it? I mean, you probably can, but it's going to cost you a lot more than it has to. So I don't know what any of their moves are trying to accomplish. They just seem, um, I don't know, just not fully thought out. I can't believe that anybody uh, in the user base within the community is happy or encouraged by any of their recent moves. I couldn't see that being the case. Ubu says, was thinking about doing 1 or 2 big pulls tonight. Don't have any shield yet. Do you think it's worth it to do during this money grab? Excuse me, guys. If you are referring to premier recruits, um, let me just say, if you're spending money, if you're going to purchase coins, honestly, nothing in this game is worth it. Even now, like just because good shields are available, that doesn't mean that it's worth it. You could still end up spending a ton of money, and it's not worth it because just the shield won't make you unstoppable. Um, it'll help out a lot. But you know what I mean. Spending that amount of money, you would expect to have something that solidifies your position in the game, and it won't do that. If you just happen to have coins sitting around and you've been saving them for something, yeah, it's as good as any because you're not going to get a quality shield any other way. I mean, you can make the argument that you could in this event, but we're just seeing how tough it's going to be to get a lot of pulls. I mean, it's over 2/3 of the way done as well. It was such a short event. I hate just talking about it. It depresses me just talking about this event. It's such a shit event. But no, I mean, I don't think it's worth it. If you were going to spend the money anyway, if like there was just nothing that was going to stop you and you had made up your mind to spend money on this game, then yes, it's as good of an offer as you can expect to get because those are 2 quality shields, especially with Michonne. We haven't really seen Michonne come back up recently, so she doesn't come around a lot, and she is, in my opinion, if you can get an absolute defense weapon on her, the best shield in the game. So there are some pros to it, but I mean, honestly, spending the money, I mean, it's never going to be worth it with this game as it is now. When I started, the best I had was Amy. Now I have 6 5 stars. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely progressed a lot. Ubu says I got coins saved from months of 10 coin. Yeah, if you have the coins and you're looking for something to spend them on, I do think the opportunity is better here than it will be for anything else. Because if you do get one of those shields, it's so much better for you. I mean, it's even better than if you could spend money making sure that your faction gets first place in a war. because, you know, that tune isn't going to be as powerful as one of these. Obviously, you have a better chance of locking down a top 3 finish in a war than you do with pulling one of these tunes. But the upside's so much higher with getting either Lee or Michonne. So, I mean, if you have the coins, this is definitely one of the ones that you should spend the coins on, because these tunes are just so good. You know, good shields, good revivers. Unless something you know, crazy comes along to change the game, these are the ones that are worth the coins more than anything else. What do we have finished here? Let's open up this scav. Just some New Moon. Getting some prestige coins though. Alright guys, I'm going to go ahead and leave you there so I can get some sleep, go to work. I'm going to try and get us at least, I guess at least one more pull. I'll probably drop a few cans, see how the drops are going, and hopefully we can do, I'd like to do at least 2 more. Get something other than a trainer. Fuck this event, man. Every time I just can't even, I can't get excited. I'm sorry guys. Telling you, I'm gonna get a pick me up. I'm gonna come back with a new mood. Uvu Maloo might be on the spot when he says that I'm gonna get PTSD from this event. I'm definitely getting goddamn depressed. So fucking depressing. Alright guys, as always, man, I appreciate you stopping by. If you're seeing this after the fact, go ahead and like. And if you're new and you stumbled on it, go ahead and subscribe, guys. I love having new people around. I love keeping the conversation going and making the community grow. As always, I appreciate everything you guys do. You make this channel as good as it is, and yeah, you keep me trying to make it better. So I really appreciate it, and I'll see you soon.